Okay, I thought I'd give you guys my testimony so you can get to know me a little bit more and hopefully help you through it. So I'll start off with, I never really had a bad life because both of my parents are Christian. My family's Christian. I've had a great family growing up, great Christian based. We always went to church, we spent time with each other, we loved each other. Great Christian family. So I haven't had, the bad experience having to, help my faith grow by myself. I've had my family to help me. So that's just kind of how I was. I was saved when I was 8. And like I said, I was, in a Christian home. I knew Christ, but I actually was saved and baptized when I was 8. I lived in Kingman my whole life. My family moved from California. Can't remember where from California, but they moved to Kingman, and I was born here. So I'm a Kingmanite. All you other Kingmanites, woo, you're awesome. Just kidding. I'm just kidding though. Kingman's awesome. Whatever. But I lived in Kingman my whole life. I'm really active in 4-H. If some of you don't know what that is, I hope you do, because that's really hard to explain. And if you don't, you want to know, you can ask me. So I did that. I spent a lot of my time running and doing other activities, because that's just how I am. When I was growing up, I was pretty active, still am. But as I grew up and I was old enough to drive, I got a little bit more active in my church. I'm on the worship band for my youth group and also for church on Sunday. I've been on that band, I think I've been on my youth band for 5 years, and the church one probably 3 maybe, maybe 4. It was kind of right around close. But I do that. On Thursdays is kind of like my Sunday. I do a little bit of school, and I go in town for SALT at a school that I actually play volleyball for, even though I'm homeschooled. It can happen. But I go to SALT, and I go to church, and I spend a lot of time there doing what needs to be done, getting ready for Sunday service or anything that needs to be done. And then I have youth group. I'm in a home group. I got in a home group about a year ago maybe. When my parents, before I was driving, my parents went to a home group, and I would kind of go with them and kind of get a little bit out of it, but it was all adults and kind of boring, so I stopped going. But my parents stopped because things weren't working out, so when I was old enough, I actually went back into that same home group, and I still am. Let's see, I'm really involved in church. Pretty much anything I do, I try to keep it church, kind of thing, like hanging out with church friends. I try to keep myself centered around that, because, bad things, when you're around bad people or bad situations, non-Christian things, then you get in that way, and it's not good. But, so I'm very active. Like I was saying earlier, I really didn't have a bad Christian life. Granted, I have had trials. I've had a lot of things that made me upset with the Lord. One of the things was my Lord, my dad. He got hit in a car accident in 2006, and he was out for a while. He could have died, and it was really hard for me because I was kind of little and I didn't understand what was going on, but Christ saved him. So praise the Lord. And he actually got hit again the beginning of this year, and he's still out of work, so that's kind of a hardship. It's like, God, what are you doing? This is how we are surviving. He's the financial guy, he's the head of the house, but Christ is helping us get through the financial need because he helps those who need him. Another thing that was really hard for me to go through, and still is a little bit, is my brother. I have 2 other sisters and my brother. My oldest sister is 27. My brother is 25 or 26. And my sister is 20 or 21. So everyone else is in their 20s and I'm over here, my 17. But my brother and I were really close, even though we weren't very close in age. He was like my best friend. He, truly my best friend. I would go to him when, I had hard times, guy trouble. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I like him and all this stupid stuff. But he moved out of the house and that was kind of hard, but he stayed in town. So whenever I was in town for the weekend, I would stay at his place, which is really nice. Get away from the house and, because then I didn't have a lot of friends. I was just getting into getting friends and, being involved with the church and everything. The youth group. I've gone to my church since I was like 6. Would have been a good thing to bring up. But, so I used to go to his house a lot and, everything that I had a hard time with, I would go to him, like right away, because he always helped me through it. And he was always there, to understand. He understood how I felt with, like, mom and dad. Oh, they're telling me this again, stupid stuff when we're teens. But he was a great friend and brother. But, he moved to Northern Carolina with his girlfriend because his girlfriend's family lives up there and she kind of missed him. So they moved up there and it was really sudden. He didn't really give us any warning or hints that he wanted to move until like 3 days until I moved. And, it just like really hurt because I was so close to him and it's like, you're going to leave without even talk to me about this and you're abandoning us for this girl. And, it was really hard to handle. I was really upset with him and, I didn't consider him family anymore. I was just, you're out of my life. If you're going to move and leave me, then you're out of my life. So that was a hard thing to do, but I finally, realized, no, he's getting old, he needs to do that, and I shouldn't be mad at him for that, or even God for that fact. But, it's still really hard. We don't even talk anymore, so it's kind of strange, but I've adjusted, and I think I'm doing alright, Everyone has their hard times, but that's just one of the things I really remember that really challenged my faith, because I was so angry at my brother, and, Christians, they shouldn't be angry, they should be quick to forgive and all this, and what would Jesus do? And it was so hard. I was ashamed. I kind of didn't act like a Christian or like I should have. But, I was like, this is stupid. I shouldn't be doing this. And I got back on track. That's just one of the things that was really hard, And like I said, I don't have, like, a really bad life. I have, things go wrong in my life. But I don't have a lot of problems that I'm sure a lot of you girls have. I don't consider myself, all this little things, it's so annoying. I consider myself lucky. Yes, I've gone through all this hardship and everything, but, it's nothing to compare to what's really going on out there. So, I just thought I would share and give my testimony, and I hope it kind of lets you girls know me more. I guess I can kind of share Sister Recovery. That would kind of make sense. But I probably like 2 years ago, I made Sister Recovery. And I was like, hey, let's try something that'll help girls out. Because girls really need support. And that's how Sister came about. Sister Recovery. And, it's still going strong. And I'm really glad that it's helping you girls. Because that's what I made it for. So, if you have any questions, like I always say, feel free to ask me. I'm open book. So if you girls need anything, you can just message me, anything at all. But I just wanted to let you girls know my testimony and share it, and hopefully you girls get to know me a little bit more.